Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading. So this is going to be from the 27th to the 4th of May 2025. If you want to book in a personal, it's in the description box below. If you want to join the membership, it is below. So like the video and comment. Let's take a look and see what we can see this week for you. Okay, we're going to have mixed cards. So what is the advice for Geminis this week? What do they most need to know? We've got the King of Wands. So some of you could be dealing with someone who's trying to cause problems. This King of Wands is someone who looks like he's looking for a bit of an argument. Could be your boss, it could be a person around you. So watch your reactions. Some of you are dealing with a fuckboy though. So this Queen of Cups with the King of Wands reverse. Some of you are being told to take your emotions away from a person. This person is arrogant, this person is cocky. I think it's a fire sign. So it could be someone's been playing on your emotions and you're being told basically let this person go. Yeah, I feel like for Geminis, it's time to free yourself. See the sun, it's time to free yourself. It's time to just leave things behind that just aren't what you want anymore. I think Gemini is changing. The types of suitors, the types of choices you made, you no longer want to make them. You want better. I do think some people are trying to hold you back, but it's just to keep you down. What are we seeing for Geminis this week, please? So this is you firing off, though. So the Knight of Swords can be you having a certain reaction. It might be a very busy week. So the Knight of Swords can be there's a lot going on this week. But I think it's about whatever you're dealing with personally, just make the most of it. Just like enjoy it. Whatever's taking place, just enjoy it. Some of you are a bit disorientated, you're a bit confused. If you're dealing with this fire sign, I feel like there's confusion in communication. So I feel like this is a person who just isn't communicating or the back and forth, in and out. Some of you are causing your own problems. I think that is a message for Gemini this week, like through choices you're making in people, through the way you're handling things, you're not kind of prepping, you're causing your own problems. Some of you money is a problem or a lack of independence when it comes to money. Because Nine of Pentacles reversed is somebody who doesn't have the means to be free, right? So you might have a job, but you don't have the freedom. You don't have the fuck you money, you don't have the freedom. But I think Geminis need to start handling things differently. That's what I'm getting. You need Eight of Swords reversed. Some of you were in a spiritual warfare, but it's over. So you were being attacked relentlessly by someone, but this person is now about to get basically all that they put back on you. All that they put on you, twofold. So I wouldn't worry about these type of people. I'd focus on you. The Eight of Cups is like the end of the road in something. Something is coming to its like final conclusion. It's coming to the end. Leave the past in the past. Focus on the now. That's the message for Geminis this week. Like, don't be brooding. Be careful with your thoughts. So what I just heard is that Gemini is going to have a lot of power available to it as long as you use it correctly. King of Pentacles reversed. But I think for the Gemini woman, this is about be aware of your choices in your friends, be aware of your choices in your romantic suitors. That's the message here. See this, if you're dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, if you're dealing with a fire sign. I do think Geminis are going to have to kind of walk away or something's coming to its end this week. The Eight of Cups is like, something is just finalising. And I think instead of holding on, just accept it. If people walk away, just accept it. Whatever takes place, just accept it. Don't fight against it because it's actually working in your favour. Chariot. So you're being advised to move forward. And that changes that are taking place or people that are walking away, it's in your favour. What is the energy that Gemini is carrying this week, please? Queen of Pentacles. So I do think that this is a good energy to be carrying because Queen of Pentacles is very practical. This is a mind over matter. This is logical, it's grounded, this can also be Geminis who are really focused on money. I think some of you are just tired. You're tired of being at the whims of other people. You're tired of basically being dependent on other people financially. So the Queen of Pentacles is getting practical and she's getting logical because she's done. She doesn't want to be in these kind of situations. She doesn't want to be around these kind of people. She doesn't want to, you're just elevating. The sun is elevation. The devil reversed. I feel like for some Geminis, and I do need to say this, for those who've been attacked relentlessly by these people. So these were people who were holding grudges. These were people who were kind of emotionally unbalanced, jealous, envious. It's over. Because everything comes to its final end. Like, if you're being attacked by the devil, for example, it can be a hard, long road, but everything comes to its conclusion. That's the laws of physics. That's the laws of life. Nothing lasts forever. And for the Geminis who've been through a real hard cycle, some of you have got love coming in, some of you are transitioning in a new direction. The message for you this week is to move forward, to take the good with the bad. To not try to understand why certain people did what they did or why certain things are happening. I think it's all part of your destiny. I think it's all part of, to be honest, what Gemini is going to with this Eight of Cups is far better. I feel like some of you need to let a fire sign go. So this can be a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. This person is arrogant. They're not at your level. They're not ready for what you're ready for. So let this person go. I heard they're just dragging you down. Okay. How does Gemini move forward this week, please? How does Gemini move forward this week? To not be reading into everything, the moon reversed. The moon is the shadow, so to not be worrying about what's happening in the shadow. The Queen of Pentacles is all about being practical, focusing on the 3D world, making money, getting cleaned up, getting organised. Some of you might be taking a trip this week, because the Chariot is someone who's travelling. Some of you might be on a trip that profoundly changes you. You're being told not to fear the devil, no matter what your circumstances are, because it's all happening for you. Now, some of you, based off what we said, certain people was sent into your life. Some of you are masculine. I'm getting the sacral really deeply, so this is, some of you, your creativity was blocked, like you couldn't create. Okay, and I've got my Patreon, so I'm going to be doing extended readings. I'm going to be doing different types of readings for Gemini on my Patreon, so check it out in the description box below. I just think it's time to recreate, forget about who doesn't want you to win, focus on true friends, focus on moving forward, forget about what's happened, forget about what you've lost. Because the truth is, for Gemini, it's not rejection, it's protection. I think some people are going to be revealed, or some things that have been going on behind the scenes are going to come to light. Some of you are going to take a holiday, and this holiday is so good for your energy. The Five of Pentacles. So money is a factor. Some Geminis are being told that, like, you might be on benefits, you might be in some low means job, you might be barely making ends meet. Money is a factor. That's what you need to focus on with this Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, this can be a person who's got a job, but the job that they've got no freedom. So plenty of people have got jobs, they've got 2 jobs, but they've got not enough money to have the freedom. Geminis want freedom. You don't want to be going and asking anybody for anything. Some people who you're asking to support you, they're making out like you're a beggar. Or you feel like a beggar. And Geminis don't like being in that position. We don't like begging for a place to stay. We don't like begging for help. That's not who we are. Queen of Swords. But, you know, we also all need help, right? Everybody goes through things in life. And also when you need help is when you get to see who people are. Right? Your so-called friends, and, you know, they're all your friends till you've got problems, and then you'll see them scurry away. You'll conveniently not hear from them. So for some Geminis who've been through a really hard time, Some years it's been emotionally, some years it's been financially, some years it's been in your health. People have just revealed themselves. I wouldn't get mad about it. Gemini really wants to create a beautiful life. And I think it is going to be in a different place. I think it is going to be with different people. I think it is going to be change. You should embrace change, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's scary. I feel like some of you are in a situation where you don't know how you're going to get out of it. Some of you might be in debt, or some of you are just in something, but you're going to get out of it by being calm, strategical, practical, okay? The Hangman. This is a week to like not be sitting around. So this is a week to, no matter what your situation is, it's a week to be being productive, because there might be financial opportunity, there might be jobs, there might be money, collaboration. I think with the energy or the kind of circumstances you've been dealing with, it's been difficult for a while. So everyone's been saying to me about Elisa, the energy. Some of you have just felt stifled, like you've just felt like you can't create. You've felt stuck. You've felt like no matter what you do, it's one step forward, two steps back. But I do think that the universe is getting on Gemini's side, but you need to help yourself and you need to be intelligent with how you move forward. You also need to learn from your mistakes. See the Star card reversed. Some of you need to heal. This can be you're in low frequency. You're carrying trauma, and so that's bringing a lot of problems in. So you need to start working on your energy. You need to start working on your healing. I do think that Geminis feel like they're superior. It's almost like they feel like they're above other people in the sense of the work that they need to do on themselves. It's kind of blaming everybody else but not looking in the mirror, right? So for the stubborn Geminis and reluctant Geminis, you're just going to keep repeating the same pattern. You know, you don't invest in yourself, you don't develop yourself, you're not doing nothing to bring a better life. So you're just going to stay in the same place, right? Again, for some Geminis, you've been so busy in survival mode, it's pretty difficult to sit down and heal when you've been after trauma. So some of you have been in survival mode, there's been a lot of trauma. Because I do think some Geminis feel really alone in this life, like you feel like you're the one who's got to have it down for everything. So the star, but what they're telling you, the star is basically humanity and it's low frequency. That's another message. In all of this, learn your lessons. Stop helping the wrong people. Stop trying to date the wrong people. Stop helping low frequency people. Take responsibility for yourself and stay away from people who are not taking responsibility for themselves. It's a choice, right? We're all choosing the life we're living to an extent. Because I do think that Gemini's life has got here through external factors. Some of you is through trauma that's not been healed. So you have been trauma bonding. Some of you it's through spiritual warfare. I think someone was putting blockers on your heart. They might have been trying to break up your connection. They might have been trying to keep you alone. Some of you it was on your throat. They wanted you to stop creating, stop expressing yourself. And some of you have just had a lot of darkness. Like this can be witchcraft or it can be just dark people. Like, not everything is black magic. Some of it is just people who are quite dark in nature. And you was attracting a lot of those people because of trauma. So, right. I'm also getting love coming in for Geminis. So I want to look at this. What are we seeing for love for Geminis, please? The Four of Swords. Like I said, some of you need to get away from these men who are just lazy, traumatized. Okay, these are men who basically, they just have a host of problems, like they're not really ready to be committed to another person. Judgment. Some of you, there might be a reconnection this week. But you've got to ask yourself, it could be an Aries, it could be a Virgo, it could be an earth sign, it could be a fire sign, but you've got to ask yourself, is it just the devil trying to pull you backwards? Right. So there might be a reconnection, someone might reach back out, but it might be best to just block this person and let them go for good. Especially if it's just been a repeat pattern of like abuse. Because that's what it is out here. It's not love, it's abuse. Women are just being abused. They're being abused emotionally. They're being used physically. Now, we're not victims. We choose if we participate. But the modern generation is that you are being abused. It's not love. It's not respect. It's men who want to get something from you, so they sell you some kind of story and then don't deliver. But a strong energy this week is like, your nerves are coming up a bit, but what they're saying is it's time. It doesn't matter who did what. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Get out your emotions. Be logical. Be strategical. You know, fuck the past. Focus on the here and now. And for those Geminis who feel really alone, like I said, it's just God revealing the people around you. And they've got to go. So me as with the Five of Pentacles, you're around people who are just poor, lacking in every sense of the word, you know. They're always crying poverty, they're lacking, and so you can't be inspired around that. Okay, I feel like what I mean by that is like people who don't even try. They're not trying to make their life better. They're not trying, and you need to get away from these people. So, you know, they feed nothing back into you, Gemini. Six of Pentacles are people who just take. Whether it be emotionally, whether it be financially, like these people are feeding nothing good into your life. And I think as well, the Gemini woman is very sharp. She can sense it. I think it's time to get out of one-sided dynamics. It's time to start thinking about equal partnership. Okay? Because there's something in this reading for Geminis around your value. I do think a lot of Geminis have got here because they don't really love themselves. They don't really value themselves. You do choose certain people because of your childhood. You do choose certain people because of your unconscious. Five of Wands. Especially men. So another message I heard is that there's many factors involved though. Even the Gemini man. But again, you've got 5 and 5. So for me, with these two particular cards, these are people who are full of drama. They're full of chaos. They're a mess. They've got money problems. They're always leeching off other people. You're not going to get nothing good from these 5 closest people to you. Where's the winners? Where's the people who feed in? Where's the people who support you? That's what you need to be around, Gemini. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like for the Gemini woman, this is like fuckboys. So this is men who want your attention and they want your body, but they don't want anything else. They don't want a commitment. Yeah, they're not looking for love. They're not holy men. The Ace of Cups upright would be holy men. Men connected to God. These are men who are angry. They're a mess. They've got money problems. They've got internal problems. Like, Gemini's not looking for that. You're looking for an equal partner, right? You're looking for an equal partner. You're looking for somebody who, you know, I just think it's time to focus in the now. And that's another message this week, that what you focus on is what you're going to create. So stop focusing in this and start focusing on what you want to create. 2 of Pentacles. So I do think this week it's going to be a balancing act. Some of you are being told to work on your chakras. You can't create with these people. You can't create in this environment. That's what they're saying. Some of you, that's half the battle. I'm also getting something to do with sickness. I feel very like clogged up. I feel very like congested. So it could be the environment is making you sick. But I do think it's amazing. I feel like this week with the Chariot, this is travel, this is moving forward. I feel like some of you are really sick of the people around you. I feel like you feel like they deliberately do things to piss you off. Or you're just in those type of places full of chaos and poverty and lack. And another message I heard about is your family. So some of you feel like your own family's trying to drag you down. Knight of Cups. So yeah, the Knight of Cups is this. So I feel like all of this is going on, and I do think a lot of this is to do with the past. I think it's about moving forward. I think it's about getting around people who feed into you, you feed into them. I do think Gemini is making a lot of its own problems. You're entertaining drama. You're not doing the healing. You're not doing the work. You're making some bad choices. Or you was. Because I do get Geminis at the end point. Some years it was things that were being done to you in the shadows, and I'll be doing the read on that on Patreon. So the spiritual warfare, what's been going on behind the scenes for Gemini. But I think it's just, it's not even about judging other people. It's just about the kind of life that you want to live. But they say that you're a reflection of the 5 closest people to you. If you can get your money right, if you can be surrounded by people who are your people, if you can get your environment right and make good choices in love, that's half the win. Right? I just think Gemini is like, you've changed. You're not who you was. And if you see these people trying to pull you back, it's because they don't really care about you. They just don't want to see you leave. Right, that's it. I think Gemini needs to be unapologetic, and you need to also own your choices. So some of you right now, you're really sitting in the shit. But again, it's because everything has consequence. At the bottom of the deck, the Justice. So this is cause and effect. It's about every choice we make as an equal reaction. Cause and effect. Actions have consequences. Choices that Gemini has made have led to this. Some years this has been karmic battles, spiritual warfare. But for me, the Justice is about, if you've been being attacked, this person is going to get the karma, or these people are going to get their karma. In other words, everything that they've put onto you will now go into their life. And some of them are laughing, thinking this is not going to happen, but it is. Because that's what Justice is. It's the laws of karma being corrected. It's basically what we've put out comes back. What other people have put out comes back. That's what Justice is. So I actually get this being an amazing read for Gemini. Because as much as this week it still feels heavy, you still feel overwhelmed, you're just done. The reactions you used to have to certain people, you're not having them anymore. You just don't care about them. They're irrelevant. Gemini is changing. You're stripping yourself. You're starting to see how you're bringing in your own problems. Right? You're lacking in value. You're making bad choices. You're not dealing with things properly. So, but I do think it's a week of balance. That's what the Justice card is. And good energy. Page of Wands. You know, you can have barely nothing and just be happy. That's what the Page of Wands is. It's like, no matter what your circumstances are this week, just appreciate it. Tell yourself that it's all leading somewhere. Right? Page of Wands is good energy. Instead of being like, why me? And why is this person? And why am I? Trust. I just get good for Geminis if you know, I do. Like, don't act childish. Page of Swords reversed. Now, like I said, on my Patreon, I'm going to be going deep into the spiritual warfare for the Geminis who wanted to understand, because I do think a lot has been lost, and it's been to do with certain people. These people were holding grudges. But what I really want to focus on is readings that help us move forward, readings that help us take accountability. Okay? The world is going through a massive shift within those times, so it's not just happening to Gemini, it's happening to everyone. This is also being aware how you treat other people, how you react to them. And no, I don't think you should be kind to your enemies, but be smart. 3 of Wands. I don't think you should love your enemies. I've never been about that. You know, God has his reasons for what he says. And I think the reason he says that is because our enemies shape us. Our enemies show us our courage, they show us our strength. So yes, in a sense, you can only see who you are with enemies. Because anyone who doesn't have enemies is never tested. You can never see who you are, right? So yes, enemies can be great, but I think Gemini is moving into a time where you just want to be connected to holy people. You want to be connected to people who respect you, right? Justice is about respect, it's about fairness, it's about I support you, you support me, I feed you, you feed me, as it should be. No healthy person wants to be in one-sided situations, right? Giving and giving and giving and getting nothing in return, right? So let's see what's coming up in the cards. So this week you do need to make your health a priority, and with that Queen of Pentacles coming out, this would be eating good foods. So even if good foods cost more, it's better to have less and eat good than, you know, go cheap and eat shit. Get on your shit. I'm getting a holiday for some of you. I'm getting a relocation for some of you. So some of you are starting to see that the environment you're in is very bad for you. Go play today. So this week, no matter what your circumstances are, you need to start making time for fun. You need to enjoy the free things in life. I kind of get this basically repressed energy in Gemini. You're weighing yourself down, but some of you might be working too much, so you might be making money, but you're kind of not giving yourself any breathing space. Big money. Oh, and some of you, that's what the result is going to be, because whoever this person was that was trying to sabotage you or put this work on you, it's all going to backfire. Because what they took from you, you're going to get back threefold. But just don't focus on that. Focus on your destiny. Focus on acting right. Some of you want big money. You're tired of being poor. You're tired of not having any money. Okay? Can't stop thinking about you. Okay. So there's someone who can't stop thinking about you, and also you're being told to stay away from fuckboys. For the Gemini man, you might be obsessing over somebody. Okay. Younger guy is so hot for you. So for the Gemini woman, you might have this younger guy who's really hot for you. But it's just about making good choices now. Don't sit around in that hangman energy. I know it's difficult when things are hard, when you're not feeling up to it. Some of you, the universe is going to push you. So you're going to have to make these changes because destiny and life is dictating you do. And it might feel horrible, it might feel unfair, but they're saying trust us. Sometimes when we don't get out of our own way, the universe will come along to push us out of our own way. And in the moment, we don't like it. But down the road, it was the best thing for us. Debts. So some of you might have debtors chasing you this week with that 5 of Pentacles. But try to come to some kind of arrangement. That's the message for Geminis. Get on top of your shit. Fix your debts. Start looking at how choices in clients or choices in life are leading to poverty. They're leading to this reality, okay? This person is serious about you. Okay, so the love read I'm going to do on Patreon. So if you want to watch the love read, because there is something coming up for Gemini in love. Because when I did this yesterday, I got your person is here. So I'm going to do the extended this week. I'm just going to leave this to the general energies. But on Patreon, we're going to do the love extended. We're going to do it separate, because I think there's going to be a lot of information. So let's see what's coming up to finish for this week. So if you want the love extended, check it out below. It's not going to be for the week. It's going to be a timeless read, and it's going to be what Gemini is bringing in and who this person is that's serious about you. You need to remove something or someone from your life. By leaving an environment, by leaving a person behind, especially this person who's going to try to come back, we'll talk more about that in the other read, but by getting rid of something, you're going to close the door and open it to something else. We are from different worlds. The other side of the coin is, that's what I'm getting, some Geminis are in the wrong place. You're going to find success somewhere else. You need to relocate. That's the problem. I don't mean to be rude, but some of you are around box people who were born in that place and they're going to die in it. You need to help yourself. You need to be honest. If you're miserable, if you feel like basically you're just going in repeat patterns, it's time to leave. The Chariot is moving, taking a job abroad, doing something completely different. It's for those Geminis who are being successful, you do need to balance your life out though with fun. As much as it's amazing to win and to make money, you also need to remember life is now. So getting the balance between play, making friendships, but also being serious about life. Okay. So some of you, this is the problem. Make time for fun, and it's coming up reversed. I think some Geminis are just busy morning, noon to night. You're just going after your goals. You need to balance yourself out. Because even if you're making a lot of money, even if you're hitting those goals, you're going to become resentful. Because you're taking no time to enjoy, you know. So this week, just play a bit. Go and do some of your, book a holiday. Take a 2-day trip, you know. But for the Geminis who are kind of, the life is in a bad way, and it has been for years, you've been kind of stuck in this pattern, or you've been stuck in this place, or you've been stuck on this person or in this energy, it's time. You need to accept all parts of yourself must die. Like I said, honestly, Gemini is inflicting self-wounds here. Like, I do believe that. Because the life that you want and the version you want is not going to be created in this place around these people. It's not going to be created in the version you are. That's why they say, right, that people mirror back what you are. So maybe you need to stop blaming these people and say, what's in me? What am I sending out there that's bringing this reality? What am I unwilling to kill? And I know this for myself, especially when you're being attacked. Geminis have big destinies. It's easy to blame everybody else. It's easy to project and deflect, because then you don't have to look at yourself. You don't have to take responsibility. But it's about maturity now. You've got crazy bitch. So like I said, some of yous might be acting like a crazy bitch. I mean, we are Geminis. We can be crazy. We can be psychopaths. We do hold a sword. But I think some of yous, you've been dealing with some crazy stalker, or you've been dealing with some person who's been giving you problems. For the Gemini man, it could be some kind of ex. For the Gemini woman, I feel like this is someone you've rejected and they can't accept it, so they're trying to cause problems in your life. But we'll be doing 2 different reads. We'll be doing the spiritual warfare read, and we'll be doing the love read, and it'll be extended on Patreon. Okay? So let's finish this week, please. Okay, so some of you is, when somebody reaches out, block the message. Okay? Money is coming in from an unexpected source. For those people who money just is not coming in what they're doing, this is what you need to think about with that Two of Pentacles, a new direction. Some of you are taking well less than you deserve, like, and people are playing on that, but don't get mad about it. Because what they're going to actually do is recreate you, and you're going to end up with way more than these people would have ever given you anyway. You know? I feel like there's some serious disrespect taking place out here, but it's because you're letting it happen. There's loads of people, there's plenty of clients, there's plenty of opportunity. You don't have to let this happen. What the fuck do you want from me? You could have this reaction to somebody this week, or they could have this reaction to you. I think what you've got to be careful of this week is like just even responding to low class people. I wouldn't entertain them. Like, just don't respond in messages. Don't add them on social media. And then you've got love is present. But it comes back to the things we were talking about. So you've got this karmic bitches cursing our connection. So there has been meddlers for Gemini. There's been meddlers. Someone's been blocking your money. Someone's been blocking your love life. But for the Geminis who've been through a really hard time, it's going to correct itself. But you need to stop thinking about everything, just get to work, because I do think that the universe is on your side. When you know, you know. Also, Gemini's just carrying this energy this week where it's like the energy is starting to shift where it feels different. It feels different. These people who were kind of bothering you or torturing you, or these fears about it's lifting. It's because the spell is broken. The binds are gone. The trial is over, type of thing. So we'll leave it at that. Check out the Love Extended in the description below. Check out also the Spiritual Warfare this week. If you want to go back to Patreon, you can follow my membership. If you want to book a read, there's amazing reads on the website. I've been working on it. You can also subscribe to the website because there's going to be lots of boss stuff on there. So check it all out in the description box below. I'll speak to you soon.